Yo, it's Professor Slicks here, ordering today's BBC from Lolita's here on SDSU, off College Avenue. We're gonna go check it out.
Right. Oh fuck! It wasn't recording the whole time.
Oh, there you go.
Really? Yeah.
Hey. Are you serious?
I pressed it.
Yeah. I feel like it was a good discussion too.
The meat of the discussion happens on this cam.
What's up, man? Long time to see, bro. What's up, brother?
Started recording too late.
Yeah, there is distribution is a problem. Yeah, they're all pretty low in top.
What's the consensus?
Ass.
Ass.
Meat, puppy feet. Salsa, ass.
Lolita.
I wasn't recording that whole thing.
You have a mustache, Brady?
I have a mustache and a soul sack.
I had that yesterday.
Salsa's pretty
Did
good.
you?
Yeah.
Red one's got a little kick to it.
I didn't know.
Not a lot of cheese.
Green one was. That's the kick.
This is the first meal I've eaten today.
We're live?
We're live.
Thank you for inviting me to this experience, guys. Coming into it, I had high hopes, but I'm disappointed. I think a good burrito, California burrito, it comes down to the ratios of the ingredients, I guess the word would be the distribution of those ratios throughout the burrito, size, and one of the most important things for me is juice. For me, food without juice is like a human without blood. Dead. This burrito is fucking dead. 10. Give it a 10.
Ooh. 100. Ooh.
I had to use 4 salsas to even make it palatable. The meat was okay. Tortilla ratio was fucked up. Sorry, I just cussed. The meat was okay. The ratios were not right. Too much tortilla, too much fry. Fry needed a little more crisp. Maybe it was a little too harsh to the 10. Maybe more like a 40. Give it a 40. 40. Final consensus. I'm done. Thank you.
Alright, so I guess piggybacking off of the previous review, one word to describe the burrito would be lackluster. I too had high hopes and unfortunately didn't work out. But distribution was bad. The bottom quarter of my burrito was entirely doughy tortilla coupled with dry fries. I had to empty 2 salsa containers just on that last quarter, so truly unfortunate there. The meat itself was actually quite good. It had to kind of have a peppery flavor. It was moist, but again, the burrito itself wasn't juicy. The tortilla could have used a good crisping and maybe about 25% more content, as well as some pico. There was almost no fiber except from the fries in this burrito. So that was truly unfortunate. Overall rating, 30.
Oof. You guys are more deadly than sleek.
Professor Slicko here. Lolita's off College Avenue by SDSU. Let's start off by saying this burrito was pretty small. Meat, decent. Fries were good, but there was too many fries. There was no pico, there was no juice, there was no flavor in this burrito. It was just straight ass. Salsas were good. Tortilla could have been crisped. Cheese could have been in there. Cheese was very lacking. I think that the cohesion of the cheese really helps the whole burrito situation. I think people always talk about Lolita's like it's a hot spot or a mainstay of the California burrito industry, but it's not. It's a dump. Wrap this whole thing up. I give this burrito a 50.
All right, Lolita's at SDSU. This is one of the spots that everyone, all the San Diegans say makes one of the best California burritos. I've come to find out tonight that those people don't actually live in San Diego. They're probably from Texas. The meat was alright. It was like peppery flavored, which was okay. The fries were decent, a little bit more crispier than average. Not crispy enough to make it a really good fry though. But then the whole thing was just probably like 80% fries, a little bit of meat in there. Salsas were alright, but it was tiny. Like this tortilla was wrapped around it like 37 times. It was like, I don't know. It was definitely the lightest burrito of season 3 so far at only 1 pound. It's not even, the 1.4 is where you gotta be. 1 pound, 4 ounces at least. This thing is like, if you're gonna go to Lolita's, make sure you get a second burrito or else you're gonna be starving. Overall, they also no greenery. You guys know that a burrito that's only sour cream and has no pico, no guac is just bunk. It's not even worth your time. So I'm gonna give this guy a 49.
Jam here. Lolita's SDSU. Pretty disappointed. I thought the burrito had good ingredients. I like the meat. Tortilla could have been cooked a little more. The fries were good. Not enough ingredients in the tortilla. Too much tortilla, too many fries. Distribution was poor. Salsas were good. This burrito had potential, but like he said in the previous review, we need guac or pico. You can't just have sour cream. Overall, 49.
F-bomb here. Let me tell you something about this burrito. It was fine, I guess. It was not that great. Tortilla, way too much tortilla, which means not enough stuff inside of it. There was hardly any sour cream and only at the bottom. Tortilla was kind of doughy. The fries were a little crispy but kind of soft. The meat was actually pretty good. The meat was peppery and juicy itself. But the burrito as a whole was not juicy. It was very dry. The sauces were decent. There's just a regular green, regular red. The green was pretty good. The red was okay. Overall, decent burrito. I'll say 51.
Lolita's. This burrito was horribly mediocre. I usually don't finish my burritos, but that's because they're too big. This one I couldn't finish because it was too dry. No guac, no pico, odd distributions of ingredients. One bite just all cheese, next bite all fries, and couldn't get through the whole thing. Salsas, probably the best part of the burrito, I think. Probably wouldn't go back. I think 50.
Yo, Diesel here. Lolita's BBC. I think when it comes to California burritos, they have to be greasy, for sure. They have to slide down like a slippery slide. This one was rocky. I didn't like it. I was disappointed. Although I did like the red salsa. Had a kick to it. You definitely need the salsas if you're going here. Meat was good. Had good flavor. Tortilla, too much. Could have been crispy like the other said. Fries, they were decent. No guac. It was dry. It was just super dry. I think overall, I'm gonna give this one a 52.
All right, so everyone's pretty much on the same page around the 40 to 50 mark, it seems like, or the 10 mark.
I brought it up to 40.
You brought it up to 40. This is very generous of you. Thank you.
I think a 10 is probably our most violent rating we've ever
I felt very emotional at the beginning about it. I was insulted by the fucking burrito.
Yeah.
Then I realized it's not, it's the burrito's fault.
Yeah.
So let's go over again why we think it's around the 40 mark. Dry.
The dryness and the distribution. I'm starving.
Still hungry. Still
hungry. I'm contemplating going someplace else and getting another one.
You guys want to just knock out next week's right now?
There wasn't any cheese in it. There wasn't.
There's some cheese. There should have been a lot more.
Yeah. There was barely any.
The dairy was lacking.
Cheese in the Cali burrito.
There has to be.
Yeah.
There was cheese in my top 30% of my burrito, and then after that, 10% down, the meat went away. The cheese was now gone, and all I had was tortilla.
So let's rate distribution by itself, 1 to 100. How is the distribution in this? 10. 5. 10.
Yeah.
Very bad. Very bad distribution.
There wasn't enough to distribute.
I don't know.
Yeah, the only way to make it better would be to get it from someplace else.
Ooh. Wrecked.
Let me tell you, if I was drunk at this place, I would get a DUI and go to a different place.
That's some good things about
The
it.
meat was good.
The meat quality was good.
It was better than Taco Fiesta, or was it?
No, it was not.
I'd say 45, but only so that we have lower ratings to give shittier places.
50.
There's places that have gotten lower. There's places that have gotten 30.
Cotillas Navajo got a 35.
Only because they had no
Because it was pure fries. It was
You
pure
want
fries.
this with no meat, dude. You gotta go to good.
This was better than
Well,
that.
there was meat, but it was like I said, it was it was in the top half of the burrito. And after
But it
that,
was
I
there. The other one was like 2 bits.
Just because the more I think about the sauce and the meat and adding those to the equation, to go up from my 40 to 45, 46, maybe
So-
47.
No, man. There's lack of cheese. The lack of cheese is terrible. The cheese bonds everything. It's
For sure, the cheese adds greasiness.
Yeah.
And there was no that adds grease, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was no cheese. There was no cheese.
Well melted cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was no cheese and there was no grease.
Definitely on the higher tier of meats. The meat
Yeah.
alone in this one would get at least an 85.
Oof, that's generous. I don't know. Maybe an 80.
Carne asada might be good there. I don't know about their calories.
Yeah, get a carne asada. That's the
Go to-
consensus. Don't get the California.
The meat was good quality. The meat deserves a pretty high rating.
Yeah.
I agree.
But what do we give this burrito?
48.
48.
48.
I'll take a 48.
48 sounds good to me. Lolitas. Lolitas SDSU 48 out of 100. Have a good night, everyone.
BBC? Oh.